Another video for you with new stories from Ethiopia, Eritrea, Somalia and Ethiopia, Sudan border. Firstly, at last, Somalia soldiers under training in Eritrea have been seen. President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud has met them. Isaias Afwerki and visiting Somali president addressed a gathering of SNA, Somali National Army soldiers. Controversy has been going on for around a year that Eritrea deployed these Somalia soldiers to fight in Tigray, that hundreds of them have been killed. So now these soldiers have been shown on camera, but several questions remain which we'll talk about. A second news story is about the leader of an opposition party based in the Tigray region of Ethiopia. The party is pro-Tigray. It's not backed by Ethiopian government. It's Tigray's opposition party, but its leader, a top leader, was arrested today a few hours ago. Third news story is about a dream of Skandar Naga, head of Baldiras party, who announced to return to Ethiopia around 3 weeks ago. No signs of return, but he is dreaming. He shared a dream through social media post a few hours ago. Fourthly, Oromo Liberation Army has shared a video showing rigorous training which OLA fighters are receiving. And lastly, very important news story from North Gondar zone, Matimma city, Matimma town, which is right on Amhara Sudan border. Here reportedly in an attack, at least 5 people have been killed and some injured. The attack is being blamed on Tigray fighters, on Kimad fighters. We'll have a detailed look at this attack on Sudan-Ethiopia border. First news story is from Eritrea. It was yesterday on Saturday. Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, newly elected president of Somalia, arrived in Asmara, Eritrean capital, and one of the main agendas of his visit is being said is the return of Somalia's soldiers who have been receiving military training in Eritrea for 3 years. And since last year, we have been hearing rumors, unconfirmed reports were shared by UN Special Rapporteur, some TPLF leaders too, that thousands of Somali soldiers under training in Eritrea were deployed by Eritrean military in Tigray to fight against Tigray Defense Force last year. We could not visually confirm the presence, the deployment of Somalia soldiers in Tigray last year. We did see a visual confirmation regarding deployment presence of Eritrean soldiers in Tigray. But last year, as I said, last year too, we could not visually confirm the presence of Somali soldiers in Tigray. Previous Somali government led by Abdullahi Farmajo denied rumors. Fahad Yassin, former chief of Somali intelligence agency, also denied rumors that Somalia soldiers were deployed to Tigray to fight against Tigray Defense Force. And then Hassan Sheikh, after his election on the 15th of May, announced that that Somalia's government will make efforts for the return of Somalia soldiers under training in Eritrea, and he arrived in Asmara yesterday. After that, we saw rumors that Hassan Sheikh was being prevented from visiting the site where Somali soldiers are being trained. But as I said earlier in a previous video, that those were rumors shared by anti-Eritrean government news sources, not anti-Eritrea, which I said by mistake in previous video. By anti-Eritrean government news sources, it was being said that Hassan Sheikh was being prevented from visiting training sites, but we saw that both Hassan Sheikh and Isaias Afwerki, they jointly visited a training site of these soldiers, SNA, Somali National Army soldiers, who have completed their 3-year-long training in Eritrea. Before visiting this training site, Isaias Afwerki and Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud visited some other places as well, like 2 dams. Mislam and Logo dams were shown by Isaias Afwerki to Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud. Some agricultural projects, solar power plants, dairy farms, milk processing plants were shown by Isaias Afwerki to Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud. And then they visited this training site. Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud met with SNA soldiers, and both Hassan Sheikh and Isaias Afwerki delivered speeches as well. Isaias Afwerki, Eritrean ruler, in his speech said that it was an honor for Eritrea to train Somalia's forces, and Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud thanked Eritrean government for training SNA, Somali National Army. Now, let's analyze this development. Firstly, at least it has been confirmed that these soldiers are alive. Question is, how many were sent to Eritrea from Somalia, and how many were shown to Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud? Some say 5,000 were sent for training to Eritrea, and today only 2,000 were shown. But we don't know. We'll have to wait. Let's see if Hassan Sheikh, Somalia's government, says anything about that. So we'll have to see the numbers, firstly. Secondly, these troops have completed their training. The training was 3-year-long commando training. Well, I have not seen any commando training with a duration of 3 years. I have not seen any such training, honestly. Does Eritrea train other countries' soldiers for 3 years? And what about Somali soldiers, Gorgor, being trained in Turkey? Is one batch trained for 3 years there? I don't think that the duration of training would be 3 years. So why is that Eritrea trained these soldiers for 3 years? Or their return has been delayed? Why was the return delayed? Were these soldiers deployed to Tigray, or the delay was due to some problems linked to internal Somalia's political conflicts? So several questions need answers. At least it seems that Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud government is satisfied, and Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud government is going to secure the return of these soldiers. I think after the completion of Hassan Sheikh's visit, we could see some statements, announcement uh, by Somalia's government. And after the return of these soldiers to Somalia, we could see statements about the actual number of soldiers sent and number of soldiers who have returned. Let's see. Second news story is about a Tigray opposition party leader who has been arrested a few hours ago. Name of the party is Batona, National Congress of Great Tigray. The party is based in Tigray region, not pro-Ethiopian government, not backed by Ethiopian government. It's Tigray's opposition party. And the party, Batona, Salse Vijene, Tigray Independence Party, they have been accusing Tigray People Liberation Front that TPLF has been taking solo flight, that it has been ignoring opposition parties in Tigray. One of the leaders of this party has been arrested, not in Tigray, but in Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. Name of the leader is Kibrom Zabib. Kibrom Zabib, you can see his picture on your screen. In Addis Ababa, he was arrested a few hours ago. So for no confirmation where he is, no one knows. His whereabouts unknown. Secondly, last year, Kibrom Zabib was arrested, again in Addis Ababa, I think, but later, after some months, he was released. So once again, he is in custody. We'll try to update you in coming videos about the cause of the arrest of Kibrom Zabib. Why has he been arrested? So Batona complains that TPLF's high-handedness against opposition parties indicates that political space in Tigray is being narrowed, and in Addis Ababa as well, the party is suffering because its leader has been arrested. Thirdly, your Skandar Naga has a dream, and dream is about Ethiopia, but he wants to dream while he is in the US. He does not want to return to Ethiopia, because we know that around 3 weeks ago, he announced to return to Ethiopia in a week. 3 weeks have passed, no signs of his return, but there he is dreaming. He shared a dream through social media a few hours ago. He shared a video that this is our dream, what is shown in the video. The video shows tens of thousands of Sri Lankans who stormed presidential palace yesterday. I read a video on that yesterday. Due to economic crisis, due to shortage of fuel, shortage of medicine, shortage of food items, tens of thousands of Sri Lankans have stormed the presidential palace yesterday. They entered presidential palace and president fled the palace. Then they stormed National Bank as well. So this is now Skandar Naga's dream, that Ethiopians should do the same. The dream is about Ethiopia. But Skandar Naga wants to dream while being in the US. He does not want to be in Ethiopia to make this dream come true. Sri Lankan attack on presidential palace was led by artists, activists, and others. Who will lead such attack on a palace if it happened in Ethiopia? Leaders in prison, under repression, some part of the government, some on the run, some out of Ethiopia. So Skandar is just dreaming that it should happen in Ethiopia too. Watch this clip which I shared yesterday, showing Sri Lankan storming presidential palace. It happened yesterday. Fourthly, we have a new story about Oromo Liberation Army OLA armed group operating in the Oromia region of Ethiopia. The video shows how OLA fighters are trained. It shows the level of toughness which these OLA fighters exhibit. OLA has been managing to continue its recruitment drive despite government's actions to stop community support for OLA. Government tried to adopt a policy that to catch the fish you should dry the sea. But the sea could not be dried. OLA still has support in Oromia. OLA receives financial support and OLA easily gets recruits as well. So in western, southern, central Oromia, we see new graduation ceremonies, new recruitment programs almost on regular basis. Watch this clip showing how OLA fighters are trained. Lastly, there was a new story from Ethiopia, Sudan border, Amhara, Sudan border. The new story is from North Gondar zone, Matimma city, Tummat Mendoka Kabale. Here in an attack, some people have been killed and injured. The attack was carried out last night. According to local government officials, fighters from Sudan entered Matimma. Matimma is right on Sudan-Amhara border, Sudan-Gondar border. You can see Matimma on this map. And in Matimma district, there is this Kabale, Tumit Mendoka Kabale. Here the attack was carried out. Local officials say that Tigray fighters attacked Tummat Mendoka, and Tigray fighters were supported by Kimat fighters too. Kimat and Tigray fighters have been seen in Sudan, and according to Amhara regional government, Ethiopian federal government, Sudan is training, arming, hosting Tigray fighters and Kimat militia members too. Thousands of Kimat ethnic Kimat group members, they have fled Amhara region after Kimat Amhara clashes in Amhara region, and this attack was carried out last night. Local officials say that at least 5 locals were killed in this attack, 4 were injured, and several houses were set on fire. Cattle were looted by invading fighters from Sudan. Sudanese army is being accused that it failed to stop these border incursions from Sudan into Ethiopia. It means that Sudanese army is backing these attacks on Ethiopian territory from Sudan. No statement from Tigray, no statement from Kimat fighters so far. We'll update you if we have statements from Kimat fighters or Tigray government. Thank you for watching.